The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
G'day there, Lindsay McKenzie is still busy at work. You will have forgotten Lindsay's name because, like so much news these days, it's hot stuff until it isn't. Lindsay is the bloke that was appointed to watch over Wellington Council because of their dysfunction. He has just written his second report. His first report seemed, to my eye anyway, sort of sympathetic. Yes, they were a bit of a mess, but they were decent people, that sort of thing. Anyway, his second report seems to suggest not a lot is getting better. Some councillors have continued their criticism of each other and officers are suspected of leaking information, writes Lindsay. He also says the community is at its wit's end over infrastructure, although he points out most of that comes from the same old complainers. He's also noted since his first report there has been several incidences that have given rise to concerns about the organisation's ability to function. Now the question I have is, given the place is still being found wanting, what next? I mean, you might remember the minister at the time, Simeon Brown, put this bloke in as the least intrusive option as opposed to a full commissioner or a set of commissioners. So far, so bad. So is he going to do anything about it, or is poor old Lindsay set to write reports for the rest of his life? In the report, though, I think is a nugget of gold. He recommends a review of the Local Government Act in relation to the qualification for and capability to hold office. Yes, yes, and yes, please. Let's actually treat these jobs, as opposed to dabbles or fascinations or fiefdoms. Let's actually require people to have some skills, for goodness sake. The idea you can just, put your name forward for a job such as with such responsibility is absurd beyond belief, of course. And when any idiot can have a crack, guess what you get? Wellington is what you get. Let's get a bit of professionalism in there. Let's put a bit of heft behind the job. Let's get some talent in the room, for goodness sake. Now, if that recommendation is acted on, I have no doubt it won't be, because why would you actually fix something when you can ignore it? But if that was actually run with as an idea, Lindsay would deserve, if not a knighthood, certainly keys to a vastly better run city.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.